As Nigerians are celebrating that fuel price is dropping, nnpc is dropping, Dangote is dropping. Because of this new Naira for crude oil swap that nnpc suspended, it's likely that fuel will go up again and dollar will increase. Now, you need to listen. Let me explain in details how this will happen. Let me explain. On the 10th of March 2025, the nnpc announced that they will be suspending the Naira for crude oil swap. They agreed 6 months ago with Dangote and other local refineries in Nigeria. And everybody was panicking that why now that everybody is enjoying this competition between nnpc and Dangote? Because Dangote will reduce fuel price and nnpc will reduce. Nigerians were already enjoying that competition because, of course, as they compete, the price will go down and will enjoy. But now that nnpc will be suspending that Naira for crude oil swap, it means that Dangote and other local refineries will have to look for dollar to purchase crude oil. Now, what is the implication? The implication is that every refineries in Nigeria, all local refineries, including Dangote refinery, will have to purchase crude oil with dollar, and they have to change their Naira to dollar so that they can purchase crude oil. And guess what? When all of them start looking for dollar, what happens to dollar? Dollar will become high in demand, and when dollar becomes highly demand in Nigeria, what happens? It will go up and Naira will start crashing. Remember, one of the things that strengthened Naira in the last 6 months in Nigeria was because of this Naira for crude oil swap, because all local refineries in Nigeria were buying crude oil with Naira. So it strengthens Naira and the dollar became less demand in Nigeria. But now that we are going back to dollar again, it means that the Naira will weaken and the dollar will gain more strength. So it's likely that your dollar will actually gain more power against the Naira in the next coming days if this should continue. While all this is happening, nnpc is still importing fuel, even though Dangote have enough fuel that can serve the whole nation. Although Dangote said he has enough fuel, enough products that can serve Nigeria. The question is, why do nnpc still import fuel? As of 2024, nnpc has spent up to $15 trillion in fuel imports, surging to 105%. The question is why? Don't also forget that dollar is the only recognized currency for international crude oil purchase. So that is why maybe nnpc is going back to that dollar. If we're going back to using dollar to purchase crude oil, which is in our land, meaning that our Naira will drop, our Naira will reduce, which I've said earlier. And secondly, inflation will happen. Remember, whenever dollar goes up, it affects every other thing in the country. So transportation, every other thing will increase. And guess what? Fuel price will have to increase because Dangote will have to factor, or other refineries, they will have to factor in the money they spend in exchanging dollar and all that. You know, they will have to factor it in their sales, meaning that the fuel might leave the 860 Naira that it is now back to 900 Naira or maybe 1000 Naira. But don't panic, nnpc is currently considering renewing that agreement with local refineries in Nigeria because according to them, that agreement was meant to last for only 6 months, which it has expired in March 2025. So we are waiting for them to reconsider that agreement again, or maybe they will continue in dollar for crude oil. If they continue in dollar for crude oil, we might be in soup. Dollar will go up, fuel price will go up, and inflation will go up. I hope you understand. Remember, nnpc also dropped an official note explaining all this on their official Twitter handle and other social media handle they operate. Don't panic yet. They might renew the agreement or they might not renew the agreement. But whatever happens, we will still be Nigerians and who will still purchase fuel at any amount they sell it.
As for me, nnpc is the biggest challenge in our petroleum industry. I must advise Aliko Dangote to brazen up, to be very, very careful, because these people will do everything just to sabotage his effort. Now, if you recall very well, somebody did a video just to experiment the petroleum which burns faster between nnpc and that of Dangote. And in the end, we discovered that Dangote burns slowly while nnpc burns faster. In my own little capacity, I normally buy fuel 50,000 Naira per week for school runs and all that. Last week, I decided to put it into practice to see if what that guy did is actually false or true. You know what I find out? 50K normally serve me a week. But this time, after buying from Dangote with the same amount of 50,000 Naira, I now discovered that it saved me a week and 6 days. It's supposed to be 2 weeks. What happened was that the car developed fault and the mechanic came to pick it. As a mechanic, you need to drive it around to make sure that whatever he has fixed in the car is properly working well and all that. In the process of doing that, he now topped it up with 5,000 Naira fuel. Otherwise, it would have taken just 2 weeks. That goes to show that Dangote fuel burns slowly and that of nnpc burns faster. And if you buy the same quantity, you are going to get ×2 of what you might get from NNPC. And as a result of that, I believe that is the main purpose why they want to frustrate his effort and trying to make sure that whatever crude they want to sell henceforth will be in dollars. And I want to beg the Nigeria president, so long as he's the one in charge, there should be a memo to that effect or an agreement that every local refinery we have, they should be buying with our currency, not buying with dollars. So that at the end of the day, things that are normalizing gradually now will be a permanent thing. Otherwise, by the time they now go back to NNPC and buy the crude with dollars, have it at the back of your mind, Nigerians will be the one that will be at the receiving end. Things will be up again just the way we have been clamoring for it not to be all this while. And I pray that God Almighty touches the heart of the president so that he can make that bold statement again and tell them any local refinery didn't buy product from NNPC with another mass currency. Anyway, share and follow the page. Thank you as you do so.